Hey guys, we are ready for another lesson in becoming a writer. I am so excited about us all learning how to be authors and illustrators this year. Today's story is going to have some words in it. It's not going to just be a story about reading the pictures. Today we're going to read this story, A Squiggly Story, by Andrew Larson and Mike Lowry. Remember that this is the front cover of my book. I've got the spine and the back cover. On the back cover, I see some clues about what this book may be about. I see squiggles and letters and words. We're going to find out what this book is going to be about right now. A Squiggly Story by Andrew Larson and Mike Lowry. Find my title page. Here it is, A Squiggly Story. My big sister loves to read big words and little words, page after page, word after word. My big sister loves to write big words and little words, page after page, word after word. Sometimes I pretend I can write too. Big letters and little letters, swirl after swirl, squiggle after squiggle. I see some letters. Do you see some letters you know? I see a word. He put these letters together and made a word. I see some squiggles. What are you doing? I asked one day while we're sitting at the kitchen table. I'm writing a story. I wish I could write a story. You can. It's easy. How? I know my letters, but I don't know many words. Write what you know. Every story starts with a single word, and every word starts with a single letter. Why don't you start there with a letter? So I get my crayons and pencils and a pad of paper and I start to write. I start with a single letter. It's an easy letter. What letter is it? I, capital I. Very good. Capital I is also how I make the word I. That's me. I. That's a good beginning. Now what? What's going to happen? How should I know? It's your story. You're the boss. I what? I'm stuck. What happens in my story? I draw a circle. It's a soccer ball. Then I write another letter. It's you, I say to my sister. I am playing soccer with you. Great. Where are we playing soccer? Maybe we're playing at the beach, I suggest. We've never played soccer on the beach. So I do a bunch of dots for the sand on the beach. Then I make a bunch of V's. Big V's and little V's, wave after wave in the ocean. Now what? What do you mean? You have a beginning. Now we're in the middle of the story. Something else has to happen so we can get to the end. I'm stuck again. I start doodling. I doodle another V, but this time I doodle it upside down. Oh no, it's a shark! It's getting closer and closer. I flip the page to get away from the shark. The next day, I bring my story to school. It's my turn for show and tell. That means I get to sit in Mrs. Singh's chair. Everyone else sits on the carpet, ready to listen. Last night, I started to write a story. It's sort of squiggly, but here it goes. I like the way they put labels in this story. Mrs. Singh, Mrs. Singh's chair. Once upon a time, there was a brother and a sister, and they loved to play soccer. One day they had an idea. They decided to play soccer on the beach. So they went to the beach and played soccer. Then they noticed something coming towards them in the water. It was a shark, a real live shark. It was getting closer and closer, and it was getting bigger and bigger. And that's as far as I got. That's wonderful, said Mrs. Singh. What happens next? What about the shark? What about the brother and the sister? I don't know. I'm stuck. Class, does anyone have an idea? Jake waves his hand in the air. I do. Maybe one of them kicks the ball and hits the shark in the head. And then maybe the shark bites the ball with his big, pointy shark teeth. Aaliyah offers another idea. What if the shark's name is Squiggles? What if Squiggles is a vampire shark? What if she invites the brother and sister to ride on her back? And what if they become a vampire family and live forever? Vampires can't swim. Everyone knows that. Of course they can swim. Vampires can do anything. But it's my story, and I don't want vampires in my story. If I was writing a story, I'd have lots of vampires. Then you should write one. But I like yours. That night after dinner, I sit down beside my sister. Her face is buried in a book. I've been thinking about my story all day, and I still don't know how to end it. Remember, you're the author, she says without looking up. You can do whatever you want. So I get my pencil and I start with a bunch of stars. Then I add a few exclamation marks. My sister told me exclamation marks make things exciting. She's right, it is exciting. I add a couple of slanty lines. What's going on? Asked my sister, looking up from her book. It's night time. The stars are out, the shark is gone away, and we decide to take a walk on the beach. That's when we discover this giant rocket ship. That sounds cool. Then what happens? We hear a voice. It's counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Not yet, I say, adding one more squiggle. Just before the rocket blasts off, we spy a Martian looking out through a window. The Martian invites us to climb aboard. That's a great ending. Now I have an idea for my next story. It's going to be about a boy who climbs aboard a rocket ship and takes a trip to Mars. And I think I know just how to begin. Ooh. So in this story, the boy was not writing perfect stories. He was doing the best he could with what he knew. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing in our journals. Miss Craft does not expect to see perfect writing. I expect to see the best we can do with the letters and sounds that we know. Remember, we do one page every day. So I did this page last time. I'm going to turn and I'm going to do the back of that page today. And I start with my day. 9, make a circle, then a line, dash, 10, dash, 20. I like that story he made up. I want to think about a story that I could make up. Or I can write about a story that I already know. And I think I might do that. I might write about something I already know. So I'm going to tell you a story about going on a boat ride. Let's see, let me put me in the boat. The other day I told you about the trip we went on and that we took a boat ride. And today I'm going to tell you about the boat ride we did. Let's see, I need to put my life vest on. Put another oar in my hands. So I am on a boat in the water. And then we saw a rock. We were going down and we were going down the river. And when you see a rock, you have to be careful not to hit the rocks or else your boat will tumble over. So that means you have to paddle hard on the other side away from the rock. So I'm going to draw an arrow to tell you maybe I went on the other side, so we didn't hit the rocks. And remember, I can add some color. I'm not going to do that today. I want you to do that on yours, but I'm not going to add any other details. I'm going to go ahead and start. And just like the boy in the story, this is a story about me, and I'm going to start with the word I. I was in a boat. Miss Craft's writing is not perfect. If somebody was going to read it, they would see that I had some words that were not spelled correctly. But that is okay because I'm listening to my sounds and I'm doing my best, just like you're going to do. I saw a rock. I had, I'm going to listen to the sounds in those words. Add, to, get, g, g. That's our letter G we're learning this week. Get, away. Very good. When I finish a sentence, I put this little punctuation mark called a period. I did the very best I could by listening to my sounds. I thought about my story, and remember, just like our story, it had a beginning and a middle and an end. You're going to do the very best you can with your pictures, telling me the story with your pictures, and writing any words you know to help you, words or letters, to help you tell the best story you can. I can't wait to hear your stories. Get busy.